Well, hello there, you faithful few, and welcome back to DMS Adventures, where sometimes seeing an ad isn't that bad. Well, I'm sure you faithful few take full advantage of the media age that we are in, and you're always on Facebook or TikTok and whatnot. And so, of course, you're seeing ads all the time. Sometimes those ads get super annoying because you just keep seeing the same ones over and over and over again when you don't have any interest in them at all. Well, I'm no different, and recently I kept seeing these ads about this portable camping fan. Of course, I ignored it for the vast majority of the time I saw it, but eventually something caught my eye about it that made me want to check it out. I just happened to notice at some point, after seeing it for the 100th time, that it was just packed with features. One of the things that stinks about your average battery fan is they really don't last that long, or the battery they put them in isn't too big. So let me introduce ye faithful few to the SAKER 40,000 milliamp hour battery powered fan. So let me show you everything that this fan can do, and then after that we'll go over some of the tests that I did on how long the battery lasts. All right, so let me show you what this thing can do. First up, you have 4 levels of air movement. You can see here are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's hard to show here, the 4 does move some air. And then off. Right here shows how much battery's left, 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. Way over here is a cool feature where you have a timer. So you can just turn this on and it will run for 1 hour and then shut itself off. You've got 2, 4, and 8. That way you can kind of ration your battery time as necessary for the trip that you're on. Right here is a nighttime mode, so these things are kind of bright in the dark, so hit that and the whole board turns off. And as you can see here, here, and here, there are LED lights on this thing. Those operate right here, and there are several levels of brightness and warmth. It's the second one. There's brighter white LED, brighter, warmer LED, and then the highest level, and then off. And right here, I think, is the coolest feature to have on a fan this size, and that is an oscillation option. So right here, it will oscillate 90 degrees, or if that's just a little too far for you, you can switch it and have only a 45-degree oscillation. Then you may be wondering, what is this big thing sticking out right here? And that is one of the other coolest features about this fan, is it comes with a remote. You can run all of the features from this little remote. Right here, you've got the oscillation. Right here, you've got the timer. Not sure why L is the timer, but that's what they got. Then right here, you have fan speed down and fan speed up. Right here, you can turn off those lights so they're not too bright. And then right here is the light button. And that will cycle through all the options until you're off. And then you just have one big off button right in the middle. Now, the only thing to keep in mind about this is you really need to be pointing it directly at the receiver in order to get the signal. And then when you're done, this thing just docks right in the back of the fan, snaps in, and is not coming out. While we're back here, this is the USB-C charging port. And then again, with that huge 40,000 milliamp hour battery, you can actually charge other devices with the USB-A connection right there. So there's all the specs and parameters right there on the back. You can see the Type-C input and output, the USB-A output, and the battery capacity. This is a rubber handle here that is collapsible. You can just shove that down in there if you don't need it. Then after that, they just were not done with the features yet. Check this out. There is a hook on the bottom of this thing to hang it like a ceiling fan. This comes out, rotates around, And we definitely tried this out in our Gazelle T8 and hung it up there all night. And not only was it a ceiling fan, but it also gave us some light overhead.
This should be Daddy.
Oh look, it looks like it's a spaceship.
This should be Daddy's time.
It is fully articulatable. Even if you don't have the oscillation on, you can just turn it any direction you want it. Flip it up, flip it down. And really the only thing I could consider kind of a con is it is pretty heavy. I don't remember what the weight is, couldn't find it online, so I will stick that number right over here. So there it is, the SAKER rechargeable battery powered fan. I purchased this with my own money at about $110 on Amazon. Yes, it's kind of a steep price, but man, don't you get a lot of features for that? Just the size of the battery alone really makes it worth it and kind of makes this whole system work. Let me give you some of the specs and the timing that I found out running some tests with this fan. So since we're gonna go over some specs, I need to put my smart guy glasses on. So first up, running this thing at full power on the fan, brightest lights, and oscillating 90 degrees, this thing ran for 11 hours straight. Next up, maybe you don't need the lights on or the oscillation, you just need that fan running at full power. In that case, it will run for 16 hours. So that is 2 good nights sleep of 8 hours each. Then maybe you just kind of need this thing as a light source, and so you run the light source on full power the whole time with no fans or anything like that. It will run for just a little bit over 47 hours. So almost 2 continuous days of light. Then the last test I did was just running the fan on the lowest power setting. I'm not sure necessarily why you do this because it isn't blowing a whole heck of a lot of air right now, but just in case you want to know, it'll run for 141 hours. So about 6 days. So for whatever combination of features you want to run at any given time, you're going to be running anywhere from 11 hours to 141 hours. Then the last couple of specs are, it will charge from 0 to 100% in about 10.5 hours via the USB-C power cord. Then if you're wondering how loud it is, at the lowest setting it's about 31 decibels and at the highest setting it's about 50. Well, done with the specs, so smart glasses come off. I'm just super excited to show you all the features that comes with this SAKER 40,000 milliamp hour rechargeable camping fan. If you have any questions about the fan, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. I'll get you an answer as fast as I can. Hey, I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and you all have a great day.